early warning weather alert because of the heat. The heat is at a point now, or it will be this afternoon, where you will really need to take care. I think that it's going to be a situation where if you're out there and you're doing anything strenuous, so if you're a 3 p.m. jogger, it's just not your day because we will have the heat index values between 105 and 110. Both today and tomorrow. And it's the type of weather where if you don't have some sort of air conditioning in the house, the stuffiness of the house can be just completely oppressive, and that too, especially if you have an elderly neighbor, somebody who tends to just hang inside a lot and you just know it. You might want to just check on them, see how they're doing. And of course the pets too, you got to be careful for them as they keep their coats on. We get to take ours off, they don't. And so heat like this is just really tough to take for them as well. We'll have that today and tomorrow. Heat indices between 105 and 110. You see the actual air temperature should be topping off in the upper 90s, maybe near 100 today and tomorrow. Inland, along the shoreline, slightly cooler, but I mean, I'm using that word in quotes. It's still going to be in the 90s, even right at the beachfront. So it's going to be a tough one for the next couple of days, unless you absolutely thrive in this. Tropical plants do. Maybe you do too. Then on Monday, we do have scattered showers and thunderstorms potentially, especially during the afternoon. It still will be humid, but there should be enough of those around that we'll see temperatures running only in the 80s. Maybe some lingering of some showers or maybe even some steady rain into Tuesday morning, but gradually we see improvement, and with the sun coming out, temperatures will make it into the 80s and the humidity will come down. And then when you look at Wednesday and Thursday and even into Friday, it will be a lot more reasonable with temperatures running in the 80s by day. And in fact, we'll see lows in the 60s, even some upper 50s as we look towards especially Wednesday night and into Thursday morning, but even Tuesday night might be that way as well. But in the shorter term, we have this excessive heat warning. This excessive heat warning is excessively long. It lasts through Sunday. So here's why. The heat indices could be as high as the 100s, between 104 to 107 to 106, according to our early warning futurecast heat index model. Now, you see these 70s here across northwestern Connecticut. What this is the model is seeing at this time there might be a few isolated thunderstorms around, and so it's reflecting that. I wouldn't necessarily think that at 3 o'clock you can count on Salisbury having a heat index of only 77. Count on, though, if there is a thunderstorm near you, there would be a cool down briefly. But once it passes and the sun comes back out, it's going to heat back up again. And as we look towards Sunday, very similar. Heat indices will be well above 100 degrees. And so that's all in your early warning 7-day forecast. For sure, it's going to be a hot spell for the next couple of days. So when we take a look out to the west, there have been some thunderstorms that have decayed over upstate New York. That will be the focal point for some new ones that will form a little bit later on today. And so that's why we're saying maybe an isolated storm or two for us. Farther to the west, you can see there are some more clusters of thunderstorms up over the Dakotas. There is a cold front up there that eventually will come in here, and that is what's going to help the cool down process as we look towards Monday and Tuesday of next week. But in the heat of today, I just wanted to show you what the futurecast is doing for today's potential for an isolated storm. Not at noon, but once we get into the afternoon, here's about 2, 3 o'clock. This is when we might see a few isolated storms around. This may be a little bit of an overstatement. We'll see. But nonetheless, you get the idea that in the heat of the day, we could actually find some very brief relief in the wind that comes down with any of the rain, with any downpours with these storms. We don't anticipate anything severe with this, though. There's just not enough energy in the atmosphere above for that. It's just going to be hot here near the ground, and with the air so buoyant because of the high humidity, we'll just get a few of those up to near 100 degrees. And incidentally, the Connecticut Sun Index today will be very high, running at near 9.